And I forgot where I was just going with that, but yeah, okay. Oh, so it was very strict and tidy and household everything in its place and very British, and yet the military, like whatever they say, pop a quarter on your mat, things like that. Just you got to make your bed in the morning. And I had wonderful parents, though. Great. I mean, my parents slaved to put braces on my teeth, to build a swimming pool in our backyard, they drove shitty cars so we could go to private school, and a lot of sacrifice. And however, I was the black sheep of my family. As a teenager, I was already I was born awakened to this world. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I have been oddly different since I got here. So that's true in my family life as well. And hence I'm alone, and I have family out there, but it's me, myself, and I. Anyways, so that's true. Now we go on to Neptune. Neptune is called the Lord of the Invisible Empire, which is a mysterious name of a mysterious planet. Perhaps we could describe it as a dimension of life that cannot be experienced by our five senses, and we can only understand and perceive it in our imagination. That's almost right on point with Neptune, definitely. Neptune is another very slow-moving planet, outer planet, so same thing applies. Most people have Neptune in Sagittarius, if not everyone. So people with Neptune in Sagittarius use their creative abilities to serve ideals, whether these ideals are their own or somebody else's. They tend to serve their faith or religion. In any case, their thoughts and opinions are influenced by philosophical insights, and they are happy to help develop some religious or philosophical ideal. Now, my Neptune is in the 5th house. So Neptune in the 5th house influences romantic relationships, creativity, and children. It suggests natural ability to walk a mile in other people's shoes. Empathy. Yes. Seeing the point of view seeing the point of view from another's perspective without any input from yourself, just from theirs, and being able to feel what they felt or experience vicariously through them, without expressing a judgment or an opinion or, input into it yourself. So yeah, definitely. People with Neptune in the 5th house may have an acting talent, or they at least like theater and movies. They may also have great imaginations. They are true romantics in their love life, and they are capable of experiencing confusion and embarrassment. Their children are likely to be sensitive and intuitive, and they will require special understanding and attention. They usually do not get the recognition they deserve in this area. I've felt like that my whole life, just knowing certain things throughout life, that my way was the best way out of all options considered, yet it wasn't chosen or wasn't acknowledged. Not getting recognition and actually being correct. That's just the truth. So, okay, so Pluto, another outer planet. So same thing's going to apply, but first I'm going to read a little about Pluto here. Love Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It is the end of all things. It is the judgment day. It can give rise to obsessions or convictions. On the dark end of its spectrum, it can manifest as succumbing to the urge, or it can create an individual who has the ability to get to the core of things, destroy negative things, and bring on healing and transformation. So true. So this next part will apply to most everyone, if not everyone. People with Pluto in Libra have a good sense of balance. But because Pluto is falling in this sign, it can also bring about sudden and profound changes in their family or unexpected changes in relationships, etc. In general, this position brings fears and uncertainties to relationships. These people are adaptable and responsible in their relationships, but they are also unstable. Personal transformation can be accomplished by developing the ability to relate to other people. That's probably going to be my greatest lesson in this lifetime, is how on earth to do that. I guess life thus far and 2 years on YouTube is quite the homework lesson. Hey, Saturn, would you agree? Okay, so people with Pluto, my Pluto is in the 4th house, and the page is cut off at the bottom, but it says people with Pluto in the 4th house, something, something, and then also be interested in science or jobs that deal with their country or the world. Okay, so the lunar nodes, your north and south node, the lunar nodes aren't planets, but rather astrology mathematical points that are directly opposite each other in the chart. It is said that your life purpose is encoded between them in the line between north and south node. The south node indicates your comfort zone, your habitual place, while your north node shows life lessons and what you're striving for in this lifetime. Both lunar nodes are almost always retrograde. Okay, so my north node is in Scorpio. South node is in Taurus. North node in Scorpio brings the conflict between spiritual and material property, between acknowledgement of transience and the desire to own something. These people need to accept transience and to recognize that death is a great teacher. They should not base their life on false material values and build on them. They should explore spiritual values instead. They should stop avoiding conflicts, and they should not stay in comfortable sterility. Beware of greed and clinging to material assets that are proven and secure. Actual values lie deeper. I totally agree with that. Okay, so North Node in the 4th house. My South Node is in the 10th house. So North Node in the 4th house brings the conflict between family and profession, home and public, proximity and distance, inner experience and external obligations. So true. These people need to find happiness in their family and in their spiritual life. They need to be interested in their family, roots, nation, and homeland. They also need to turn their own feelings and emotional needs to their inner world and mental images. Watch out for exaggerated ambition and external recognition instead of developing inner peace. That's a struggle for me. Definitely. Okay, so then we've got Black Moon Lilith. And Lilith is a fictional point, the second empty focal point of elliptical orbit of the moon around the earth. In mythology, Lilith refused to submit to Adam, rebelled against the connection between Adam and Eve, decided to escape from the world of people, and made a connection with Satan. In astrology, Lilith symbolizes either fascination or refusal of topics with which she is connected with. Both the fascination or the rejection of the given topics can eventually engulf the person and take him away from the human world. So my Lilith is in Taurus. Evident ambiguity between pleasure and its rejection, poverty or greed without limits. Here Lilith emphasizes the characteristics of Taurus, the relationship with land, property, and nature. These people know how to treat their body and be sensual. They know how to deal with money and material things. They are able to perceive and enjoy beauty. However, they like to possess many things, which can lead to greed and obsession with collecting items, or on the contrary, to rejection of material values and decision to live in poverty. Beware of injuries of neck and trachea and operations of throat, nose, and ears. So my Lilith is in the 11th house. Very demanding friend. Difficult integration into groups in their society. True that. And then we have Chiron, the wounded healer, inner teacher. Chiron is an asteroid between Saturn and Uranus. Its orbit is very unusual and represents a bridge between material and spiritual worlds. According to mythology, Chiron was a great healer, wise teacher, and one of the immortal centaurs. Unfortunately, he was deadly injured by a poisonous arrow by Heracles, his favorite disciple. He was suffering in great pain, but he could not die. Finally, he gave up his immortality for the benefit of Prometheus, who was also suffering, and Chiron was sent to the underworld. In the underworld, Zeus had mercy for him, and he raised him to the heaven. In astrology, Chiron symbolizes our unhealable injuries and incurable traumas. However, if a person, instead of drowning in his own trauma, is able to accept the trauma and help others who are also suffering, and accept that suffering as part of life, then Chiron may be the key to wisdom, or even to some sort of initiation gate. My Chiron is in Aries. Many people have that aspect. These people may be traumatized by the fact that despite all their efforts, they are not successful because they are not very proactive and assertive. I can hear the resounding, ringing truth within me to that statement right there. Daily. They lack the appropriate dose of healthy aggression that is needed in a competitive society in order to survive competition with those who are too harsh and ruthless. They usually compensate for this with exaggerated activity, but the results never correspond with the effort they put in. That's true. Chiron is in the 10th house for me. No matter how hard these people try, they fail to achieve the social status that they believe they deserve. While they work so hard for public well-being, others enjoy their place under the sun. These people often do a lot for the general public, and instead of acknowledgement, they face persecution. This injury never stops hurting and never heals completely, even when things are corrected later on. Oh, that statement gives me hope. When things are corrected later on. So, that's intro to your girl here, Mrs. Stubborn Capricorn Sea Goat. But in my opinion, top of the totem pole is Capricorn. If anybody else has any more insight into my chart here that they would like to help me interpret, or maybe I'm unaware of if you know me and are familiar with me. And I don't know, anybody that's good with charts, I'm new at learning them, so I have compiled lots of information and studied my zodiac sign thoroughly, on top of living and experiencing it. I'm talking loads of research and notes and everything into the life of a Capricorn. So, it being a new moon, that is the greatest time to set your intentions and start envisioning what you would like to accomplish or see happen in your life from now, new moon, until the full moon, when that planted seed has bloomed and blossomed, and now it can be harvested and you can reap what you've sown. So and it's also a great time to make positive changes in your life. Internally, emotionally, spiritually, nutritionally, environmentally, whatever. Let's say somebody wants to quit smoking. It's a great time to do it. Set little goals that are, attainable so you don't get overwhelmed. And I'm going to go walk to the store and get something to eat, which I've procrastinated doing because I wanted to get this video recorded and uploaded in honor of Capricorn and Saturn. And cheers to the new chapter in the next book of Jen's Journeys, coming soon. We'll see where it goes. I have an idea, and I think you're going to like it, and it's going to be very, very, very viewer-centered. I want to know what you guys want, what you need, what you want to talk about, know about, ask questions about. If you're going through something and you think it's the weirdest, quirkiest, creepiest thing that nobody's ever going to understand you, so you can't ever tell anybody, you can tell me. I respect people's confidentiality and privacy. Nothing goes beyond me, as well as I am not judgmental at all, and I'm beyond open-minded, and I don't discount anyone or anything, or someone might be embarrassed to come forth, let's say, with a sexual issue or a fetish that they're afraid to talk about or something because, people are going to think I'm weird or I'm a psycho or whatever. I won't. So I'm just putting that out there, and I want to tell you guys I love you so very much, especially you guys that have been with me from the get. And any new subscribers or new viewers, my pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the world of crazy chaos. But, from Saturn through Capricorn to you, there's order from chaos into order. Much love.